I'm on my travels, folks, and I'm driving down south on the M6. It's early morning and I need some filling up. The car doesn't need filling up, not a motorway service station. You seen the blooming prices? Do you think I made of money? Good Lord, no. Anyway, where have I stopped? I have stopped at the southbound Tebay Services. Now this is a family-owned business. They also own one down in Gloucester, and it's a cut above your average motorway service station, or so people tell me. Not been to this one before. You know how it is when you're out on the road and you need a bit of a pit stop, and you go to the services and it's got like a disappointing KFC or a Burger King or Chopsticks, and they're all proper money, aren't they? 30, 50% higher, double even some of them, and what you find on your high street. Here, apparently, is going to be quality, and not that much more expensive than you'd expect to pay in an average motorway service station for something a lot more disappointing. Regular viewers of the channel will remember when I went to the Good Breakfast at services near Bristol. That was misnamed, wasn't it? And that wasn't cheap either. Let's get inside here and see if the price and the quality actually match up. Come on, folks. Oh, I'm peckish. So I've come in. What you do, you just walk in through the door. There's a farm shop straight there on the left. There's a little quick place if you just want a coffee, and then you get into the main food stations. Basically different ones for different things. You go up, you order, they give it to you there and then. Nice and simple. What have I got myself? Probably a bit too much, but I did say I need refueling, didn't I? So we've got some proper stuff here. Is it going to be 4-star proper deluxe stuff though, like the good petrol used to be? Let's have a look at what I've got here. Smoked salmon and scrambled eggs on toast. A nice little light breakfasty brunch dish. Kind of treating that like my starter today. Main course. The farmer's breakfast. Oh. Now this normally would come with mushrooms. I did remember to ask them to take it off. But look at everything on here. That's haggis in the middle. We'll come to that in a little while. And then dessert. A nice bowl of porridge with some fresh fruit on the top. You've got to get your 5 a day in, haven't you? And we got maple syrup as well. That's probably not one of your 5 a day, is it? No. Definitely not. So, in fairness, I probably need to get about 7 or 8 a day in. Here we go with the first course. My starter. My scrambled eggs with smoked salmon. Now this comes in at £10.50, which I suppose is there or thereabouts for a brunchy kind of dish like that, isn't it? You'd probably end up paying about that if you were in a nice enough cafe in town somewhere, wouldn't you? The scrambled eggs do look nicely cooked. Not bad at all. Sometimes when you have scrambled eggs hanging around, they go all watery, but these certainly don't appear to have done. Nice bit of sourdough toast. And let's see how much salmon we've got here. I'm going to say that's a good portion, look. 2 really big, nice slices. Didn't look so much when it was rolled up, but there's quite a lot there. I think the best thing to do with this is just to try it all together. Get a little bit of this toast going on. Oh, sourdough toast. Sometimes you'd be better off with a chainsaw than a knife, wouldn't you? Because that crusty edges on it. There we are. We got the egg, we got the salmon, we got the toast. And we got a very hungry Greeno here who can't wait to get it in his face. That is a beautiful combination. The salmon is really rather good. The eggs are nice and kind of creamy. The toast is toasted very nicely. What it is missing is a little touch of seasoning. I've got some salt and pepper over here. So we'll add a little bit of that. It could use both, to be honest with you. I suppose the way they work it here, I don't put too much in at the start in case people don't like it and you add your own. Yeah, I'm never too comfortable with that. I think just season it properly in the first place. Let's see how this makes a difference now. We'll go for the same bite as before, with the egg, with the toast, with the salmon. Here we go. That's just brought everything to life. It's a really nice light dish. That's how the eggs cook very nicely. The salmon is of good quality, and so is the toast. Nothing much to dislike there. In comes this bad boy. Now what's interesting here, as you can see on the egg, they have actually seasoned that this time. And look at this hash brown. That is not your regular, disappointing, supermarket style hash brown, is it? We got bacon, we got a little Cumberland ring kind of sausage there, black pudding, haggis, beans, which I think might be smoky beans. Yeah, this looks quality, doesn't it? Have you seen a breakfast that good at a motorway service station before? Because I don't think I have. The egg first. Possibly a touch over. It was sat underneath a hot plate there. But it's still kind of nice and jammy in the middle. That's not too bad, I don't think. Give it a try. Here we go. A little bit of that yolk. In it goes. A bit like myself. It's a good egg. Well, at least that's what someone once told me. Not very often I hear things like that, mind. I want to try these beans. Now, what's interesting here is they put the egg next to the beans, and that causes a lot of controversy, doesn't it? Alan Partridge wouldn't be happy. He wants to use his sausage as a breakwater, doesn't he? Can't with this one. It's a curly sausage. If those are smoky beans, they've hidden the smoke very, very well. They just taste like regular beans. Nothing different about them at all. Where am I going to go next? Bacon. Bacon. Now this is interesting because you've got different cooks on the bacon here. Look, this one is very crispy. And the other's not quite so much. Obviously been cooked for different lengths of time or at different times. Come on. I think one thing we need to say, they need to sharpen their cutlery. Because I'm having struggles cutting through the toast, through the bacon. That is tasty bacon though. Not too thick cut, but really good flavour to it. Unsmoked. But I prefer that on a breakfast. The sausage. Again, you can see a nice coloration over it. Nice meaty sausage. You can tell there's not any filler in there. All killer, no filler. Isn't that what they say? That is a killer sausage. That really is, wow. That's the highlight so far. I've got a pal, he says, a sausage makes a breakfast. And that one so far is. What will the hash brown bring though? It's very different, isn't it? You can see properly grated potato in there. All crisped up on the outside. Hopefully that potato will have cooked through nicely. So it'll be nice and soft in the middle. Wow, and it is. It tastes a lot like sauté potatoes. You know, when you parboil your potatoes and just fry them up with some butter and garlic. Obviously not garlicky, but that's actually good. Again, am I coming round to hash browns? Probably not, but if they all tasted as good as that, I might be converted. Tomato time. Now you guys all know me. This has got to be properly cooked through. It's still juicy. We don't want it like a salad tomato where it's all crispy in the middle. Just about. Just about. Maybe another minute and it would have been perfect. But it's got a good flavour to it. Black pudding. One piece of black pudding here. Not the thinnest, not the thickest. Kind of about average, I guess. But it looks nicely cooked. Good texture to it. Oh yeah, that looks proper, doesn't it? That looks proper. Wow. That is peppery. The little crisp on the outside gives a great texture. But it's the flavour. That is real quality. Wow. I defy anyone who says they don't like black pudding to try that. It will change your mind, honestly. It's that good. Now, we're not in Scotland today. I mean, about as close to Scotland as I get without going into Scotland. But we have haggis. And quite a lot of it. Nice and crumbly. Oh, yeah. I'm expecting this to be peppery as well. Delicious. Deep, rich flavour. Lovely and soft. God, it's good. This is what you want on a breakfast. Hearty, savoury food. I'm a happy boy. One thing I forgot to mention to you folks, we've got some really nice quality butter here and really good quality Stokes's brown sauce. This stuff isn't cheap. So they're obviously being generous with us as to the little bits and pieces that go on the side. No cheap and cheerful stuff here. Now I'll move that out the way, get a little bit of butter on there. Look at that, spreads beautifully. And of course, you know me, it's never going to be tomato ketchup on a breakfast, is it? Brown sauce all the way. Well, that's only about half the packet as well. Nice cup of tea, forgot to mention that. Only a cup though, they don't give you a pot here, so make it last. We have the porridge next. Now don't worry, I have shared the rest of the breakfast with the cameraman. Even I can't eat all of that and then eat a great big bowl of porridge afterwards. I can't. You know, I've seen you munching that black pudding, Mr. Cameraman, so don't you start on me. Nice fresh fruit over the top. We've got blueberries, we've got strawberries, there's maple syrup in there, and the porridge underneath. There are options if you want different milks with the porridge. I've just got me a regular dairy milk, cow's milk. Choice of 2 different spoons available. A little diddy spoon or a great big soup spoon. I think you're right. I think you're right. We've got to get into this, haven't we? Look at all that. Again, a bit of everything. Some maple syrup, some strawberry, some blueberry. Is this going to be overly sweet because of the maple syrup? Let's find out. No, it isn't. The reason for that is the porridge hasn't been made overly sweet. So that's clever. They've understood that adding the maple syrup afterwards is going to sweeten it all up, and they compensate you for that. Very clever. The fruit, beautifully fresh. Beautifully fresh. And juicy. I tell you what, you could just come and get this by itself. £5.50 for a bowl of porridge and all that fruit on the top. I bet you if you went in the little farm shop and just tried to buy some strawberries and blueberries, you'd probably spend the best part of that anyway. Oh, that's really good. I don't have porridge often enough. And we're heading into the colder months now. I'm going to have to buy some and keep some at home. Because that's a treat, that really is. Anyway, finish this off. We'll get outside and we'll sum things up. And I'll talk you through the bill and all that kind of good stuff. You know how it works by now, don't you? Now let me eat my porridge in peace. I said in peace, off you go. After all that, I've got to tell you, I am now totally refueled. That's for sure. I won't need to be going in there. But I tell you what, after eating all that, I might need a bit of a service, don't you think? Oi, back up here. Cheeky. You know what? When you think of Tebay, first thing that comes to mind with me is it's like an online shop for northerners, isn't it? Where have you bought that, love? Oh, I got it on Tebay. Sorry, Gary, I will send you your joke book back. Don't worry. I'm not going to start doing silly nonsense like this. Come on, serious food reviews, Greeno. Serious food reviews. I got to say, I enjoyed this. Compare it to regular motorway service stations. Chalk and cheese, isn't it? Chalk and cheese. Here, you're getting quality produce, cooked well, and to be honest, a fairly reasonable price. I think the breakfast was £14.65. That was the large breakfast. You could have got a smaller one for about £11.95. Mine included the black pudding, the haggis, extra bacon. The porridge was £5.50. The smoked salmon and scrambled eggs, £10.50. I don't think that's overpriced when you compare to other motorway services. And the quality is so much better, isn't it? Not everything was perfect though. Some of the bacon, a little leathery and overcooked. And that's as a product of having to sit under those hot plates. Now you can't expect somewhere like a motorway services to be cooking everything to order. They're just too busy. This is just the way they have to operate. They're batch cooking things up and they have to leave them out under the hot plate and just do them as you go. So you are going to get little compromises on quality there. But what isn't compromised is the quality of the ingredients used. That sausage is one of the best sausages I've had on a breakfast anywhere on this channel. Really is. The sourdough bread used for the toast, great. Even the smoked salmon, really, really good quality stuff. Loved it. The fruit, fresh. Normally you'd get like some kind of berry compote that they can keep in a little pot in the kitchen. This is proper fresh strawberries, fresh blueberries. Blueberries. You can tell I don't eat a lot of fruit, can't even say it properly, can I? What am I going to score it? Well, like I say, you've got to take into account a few little slips in the quality, even though that's a product of what they have to do here. But compare it to other motorway services. This would be like a 4 out of 5 compared to their 2 out of 5, if you get what I mean. So that's where I'm going to go. 4 out of 5. Does it get Greeno's green light? It does. And my advice to you, if you're driving on the motorway, I know they own Gloucester services as well, this place. If you're on that stretch of motorway, either the M6 up here in Cumbria or the M5 down in the southwest, and you're feeling peckish, don't stop at one of the welcome breaks or any of those. Just keep going that little bit further and come to one of these places, because you'll get fed better and it's a nicer experience and you'll be all refreshed and ready to hit the road again. Well, I could probably do with a little nap before I start going. Eating too much food. Anyway, if you enjoyed this video, don't forget, click a thumbs up on there for me. It does help the channel. And if you're new around here, take a little look around the vault and click the subscribe button and ding your bell for notifications and, well, anything else you want to do, really. I don't mind. Crack on. Where are you going to find me next? I don't know, but I'm heading south, so we'll see what's on the way. But not for a long while yet. This is going to take some time to settle down. I'll see you next time, folks.